NBA totals for December 1st, Thursday. Don't forget to check out SBR for all the odds, all the numbers, all the sign-up bonuses, sportsbook reviews, all that good stuff at SBR. Be sure to check that out. We got 3 games on the card today, all underplays for me. Quick recap of yesterday, really odd day. The Toronto game, they just shot absolutely lights out, so I was wrong on that one. They got up and down a lot more than I thought they would, so just wrong. I was just completely wrong. Oklahoma City, I thought I was correct on that one. It did take overtime for us to get it, but they only scored 42 points in the fourth quarter, which was kind of unlucky, so we got lucky at the end. We got a push on the Utah-Miami game at 2:04. Again, a little bit of bad luck where they scored about 30 points in the final 5 minutes, and that just happens sometimes. And Miami really got up and down the floor. I don't think they're going to be able to do that again tonight, as we'll break them down in just a little bit. And then finally, as I make this video, we're just in the third quarter with Portland and Indiana. The line started at 2:15. It dropped all the way to 2:07, and then they went out and lit it up. Second quarter, they went for almost 80. We had the under. I highly, highly doubt that's going to hit because they're already at like 170 points. It's still in the third quarter. It's just crazy how they're getting up and down. But that's Portland. I probably should have known better. But a lot of people agreed with me as far as the numbers. That's the way it works out sometimes. So we're sitting at 500. That's okay. It could be a lot worse. Let's see if we can get back over 500 today with a few picks. All of them are unders. Here we go. First one we got up is Milwaukee and Brooklyn. Oddsmakers have it at 217, and I'm going under this total. Milwaukee's playing a lot better defense this year. Now, Brooklyn, they're going to get up and down. They're going to allow tempo. We've seen that all year. These guys matched up earlier in the year, and they went for around the same number. It was like 218. They ended up, or 216, something like that. But I took a look at that game, and the pace really wasn't super fast. They both stayed under 90 attempts. They didn't shoot particularly well, just over 40%. Nothing major. There wasn't anything outstanding. So I like for them to stay under in this matchup, though. Milwaukee has stepped things up defensively. Big win for them the other night over Cleveland. I look for them to come in and pick up another win today versus a really scrappy Brooklyn squad. Statistically, we got Milwaukee. They're averaging 102.7 points per game. Brooklyn, they're averaging 106.2. Brooklyn's given up a ton at 114. And Milwaukee, they've been a lot better, allowing just 102.2 points per game. That ranks 11th in the league. So, again, hats off to Jason Kidd. I mentioned that the other night. Brooklyn, defensively, across the board, there's nothing to say. They're bad. Statistically, percentage-wise, they rank in the bottom 3 teams in the league across the board. So I'm not going to get into their statistics because they're just bad. Milwaukee is good. They're not bad at all. Right now, they're allowing opponents to shoot 43.4%, which ranks 7th in the league. Brooklyn shooting just 43.8%. Excuse me. That ranks 24th in the league. But what I like is the point of contention I like tonight. Now, Milwaukee, there's 2 things I like about this matchup. First of all, Milwaukee doesn't push a lot of pace, getting up just 85.8 attempts per game. Now, that could change tonight against a Brooklyn team that likes to get up and down. I don't think it's going to. I think that they're going to have a controlled pace. And at the other side, you got Brooklyn. They're getting up 86.8. That's not a ton. That ranks outside the top 10. And Milwaukee's allowing just 84.4. They know what's getting them wins. It's their defense. And I think they're going to go ahead and focus on that tonight. Here's the big thing, though. Brooklyn loves to shoot the 3, and they do it decently well. They get up 34.6 attempts per game. That ranks 3rd in the league. And they're shooting over 33%. But Milwaukee, they rank number 1 in the league in defending from beyond the arc at just 31.7%. That's the point of contention. That's the main reason why it stays under. I think they get enough stops. That's a big number 2. 217, I think they're going to stay under, so I'm going to go ahead and back under that total. They might get up and down, shoot lights out, but according to these statistics and my estimation with Milwaukee coming off that win, I think they're going to stay under this total. All right, next one up we got is Orlando and Memphis. Ridiculous total here, 182.5, but I am going under. This is going to be an ugly, ugly game. Now, I mentioned the Toronto-Memphis game earlier where they just really got up and down yesterday. So Memphis is coming off a back-to-back. Let's look at some numbers here. You got 2 of the lowest scoring teams in the NBA playing, but 2 decent defensive teams. Orlando's been a lot better recently. Let's look at some stats. We got, right now, Orlando's averaging just 92.3 points per game. Memphis, 96.9. That's not a lot. That still would get us over this total. So why is it so low? Well, you got, right now, Memphis allowing just 97 points per game, and Orlando's allowing just 98. That ranks 3rd and 4th in the NBA. Percentages are solid. Frank Vogel's probably finally getting them to play some defenses. Orlando's allowing opponents just over 44% across the board. Overall. In 2-point, 3-point shots. They're also defending great from beyond the arc, 32.9%. That ranks 3rd in the league. And overall, they're 13th. Memphis, no slouch at all. They're allowing opponents 43.7%. That ranks 8th in the league. And neither of these teams can shoot. Orlando's shooting just over 41%. Memphis is shooting just over 42%. Ranks in the bottom 3 of the league, both of them. Just not good shooting teams. Attempts, there's really not a lot of tempo. Memphis has been good, allowing just 78 attempts. That's going to go up. This is yesterday's odds, of course, against that Toronto game. It's going to go up a little bit. But they rank first in the league in attempts. Orlando, they give up enough at 85, but they're only getting up 85 as well. So there's a reason why this is so low. You might want to wait on this because I think that's going to go up a little bit. I think people might want to jump on the over a little bit because they look at Memphis, and Memphis has been a little bit quicker offensively than than I anticipated, at least not what we've seen in years past. Still, I think this is going to stay under with Memphis coming off that back-to-back. Orlando playing a little bit slower tempo like we saw the other night with San Antonio. A win at San Antonio, no less. That was crazy. I like under that total. It's really low, but I'm going to go back the under. All right, last one up. We got Miami and Utah, 189. Miami has just been killing me this year. So has Utah. I've been backing these two teams because they're usually under teams. Now they match up, but they've been going over quite a bit. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take under the total. I'm going to take under the total. So we had Miami winning at Denver yesterday, and that was a push we had. It should have gone under, but, it happens. It could have gone over easy as well. So, I guess either we got lucky or it was a push. I digress. All right, so we got Miami. They're averaging 96.1 points per game. I'll make sure I double check and make sure I mention that. Under 189 is going to be the play on this. Miami, they're averaging 96.1 points per game. Utah is averaging 98.7. Defensively, these are two of the best teams in the league. Just like that. Well, Memphis, Orlando, they're okay defensively. They're just not going at a really fast pace. Utah, they're number one across the board, just about every defensive statistic, and including scoring defense, 93.8 points per game. Miami, not far off, 98.2 points per game. Very good Miami defense and a very good Utah defense, and this is not going to get up and down. Miami also, they're only shooting 42.5% of the field. Also, they went crazy last night on their attempts. I don't see that happening 2 nights in a row with a Utah team that gets up just 78.5 attempts per game, which ranks last in the league. So, Miami defensively, they're allowing just 43% from the floor. This is going to be a defensive grind right here, and I don't see them getting over this total. 189. I'm surprised this one's not lower, actually. It's going to be a good game, a good defensive game, but I think it's going to go under that 189. So I got 3 unders here. We got Milwaukee, Brooklyn under the 217, Orlando, Memphis under the 182.5, and Miami and Utah under the 189. Those are our 3 NBA picks today. Again, we're right at 500, so play it, fade it. Hopefully the information's interesting. Don't forget to check out SBR, though. We got a lot of good stuff going on there at the website right now, and I wish you guys luck on all your picks today.
Go to SBRodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.